How's it going, guys? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. With Christmas just ending and the Steam Winter Sale well underway, I thought we'd take a look at 10 roguelikes under $20 that are well worth your time and money. I'll have the games listed in the chapter so you can easily find the ones you are most interested in. I'll also list them all by price from high to low, with both US and Canadian prices. This is of course just my opinion, and there are literally hundreds of games on sale right now, so if I missed anything that you think is worth picking up, definitely leave it in the comments. Depending on the engagement that this video gets, I may cover some other genres as well, so let me know if that's something you'd like to see. Without any further ado, let's jump right in. Kicking things off, we have Gunfire Reborn, with a very solid 25% off, bringing its cost down to $17.09 Canadian and $14.99 USD. If you're new here to the channel, I have a full review for Gunfire Reborn where I go in depth on all the things that I love about it and some of the things that I think it could do better. If you're not already aware, Gunfire Reborn is a co-op FPS roguelite that has a focus on ability and gun-based combat. There's a lot of variety with several different game modes as well as a couple DLCs that are also on sale. There are 10 playable characters, each with their own playstyles and unique abilities. There are currently 61 weapons in the game with all the staples in FPS games as well as a few that are a little more unique, and it has over 150 scrolls that buff your characters in various ways. There's definitely a lot to explore here and is an absolute steal at this price. Although it's been around for a few years now and has seen a fair amount of success, I still think that this game doesn't quite get the recognition that it deserves. As of recording this, I have nearly 250 hours in this game and have loved every moment of it. If you haven't already picked this one up, I would highly recommend it, and I think that it could make for a great gift if you know someone who enjoys these kinds of games. Alright, obviously you saw the thumbnail, so you knew this was coming, but next on our list is going to be everyone's favorite cult simulator, Cult of the Lamb. This game was released earlier this year and has seen a great amount of success in its short time on the market. Currently it is on a very solid discount at 40% off, bringing its price in at $16.79 Canadian or $14.99 USD. If you missed this one somehow, then I'll go ahead and let you know what you can expect. In Cult of the Lamb, you build a community of followers and use their faith to grant you powers as you dive into dungeons to collect resources to build up a base for your loyal followers. As you explore, you will find new woodland critters to recruit and destroy the non-believers in cute but deadly action combat. Cult of the Lamb blends base building and colony management into a dungeon crawling roguelike experience with a fantastic visual style and unique narrative. If you haven't already drank the Kool-Aid, I think now is a great time to do so given the price. I personally don't own this game as of yet, but it is definitely on my wish list, and I might just have to pull the trigger on this one myself. Next up is a no-brainer if you don't already own it, and that's going to be Hades. This one is on a fantastic sale at 50% off, bringing the price to $16.25 Canadian or $12.49 USD. This game is massive with 98% positive reviews on Steam with over 200,000 reviews. I highly doubt that you haven't heard about this game, but just in case you've been living under a rock for the last 3 years, here's what it's about. In Hades, you play as Zagreus, the son of Hades, as you attempt to escape the underworld. There are 6 different weapons that each have aspects allowing you to change their playstyle. As you hack and slash your way through various levels, the Greek gods will bless you with boons to help you escape. But be careful not to piss anyone off. We all know how petty the gods can be. With well-designed levels and bosses, Hades has become a staple in the roguelike community. Hades is known for its rich dialogue, all of which is voice acted, as well as its fantastic storytelling. That paired with an amazing soundtrack and incredibly fast-paced and engaging combat makes this a must-buy if you don't already own it, and at this price you'd be crazy not to pick it up. I own this game on both the PC and Switch and cannot recommend it enough if you enjoy the roguelike genre. Alright, we've got another new release from this year, Voidigo. This game has been making a bit of a splash with the community since its release. It's currently 35% off, bringing its price to $16.11 Canadian or $12.34 USD, which I think is a fair price for something that looks as polished as this. Voidigo is a fast-paced action roguelike where you hunt bosses and grow in power. Don't take too long to hunt down those bosses though, otherwise they will begin hunting you. Voidigo features a variety of weapons and power-ups to make each of your runs feel unique. Its highly polished pixel art aesthetic and bullet hell combat make this a clear standout in the roguelike genre this year. Not to mention that it does not take itself seriously at all. It looks crazy. While I do not personally own this title, I've had my eye on it since it was released and I'm excited that it's going on sale. I'll likely be picking this one up as well, adding it to my ever-growing backlog of games. If you enjoy frantic, fast-paced combat and amazing visuals, this might just be the game for you and at a pretty decent price. What's not to love? Once again, we have a fantastic title that is in the Hall of Fame of the roguelike genre, Dead Cells. currently is on sale for 50% off and is only $14.99 Canadian or $12.49 USD, which is a heck of a steal. I'm sure you've heard about this game at some point in the last 5 years, but in case you need a refresher, we'll briefly go over it. Dead Cells is an action platformer roguelike with a sprinkle of Metroidvania, where you are attempting to escape a prison. The game features more than 150 weapons and spells to add variety to every run. The combat is challenging and encourages learning enemy patterns and the flow of combat. The visual style is second to none and is honestly one of the best things about it in my humble opinion. All but the newest DLC Castlevania is on sale as well, which makes getting the complete package even more affordable. This is going to be absolute sacrilege, but I've personally never played Dead Cells. Somehow it's always been on the back burner. To be honest, I've expressed a fair number of times on this channel that I'm not really that into platforming games, but I plan to put that aside and try this game out very soon. At this price point, I think it's definitely worth taking a chance on if you're not necessarily into platformers, considering how beloved it is by the community. Moving right along to yet another staple in the roguelike genre, and one that I've spent quite a lot of time playing myself, and that's Risk of Rain 2. With a discount of 50% off bringing the price to $14.49 Canadian, $12.49 USD, Risk of Rain 2 released back in 2020 and has been a mainstay for me ever since. If you aren't aware of what it is, Risk of Rain 2 is an action roguelike that takes many of the same themes from the beloved 2D platformer Risk of Rain and puts a 3D spin on it. There are more than 110 items to obtain and 11 playable characters, with the DLC offering even more diversity to the game, which is also on sale as well. Right now wouldn't be a better time to get into this game since they just announced a new DLC, and if the developer's previous track record is anything to go by, we can expect it to be an absolute banger. I absolutely love this game. Its visual style and fast-paced third-person action is something that I honestly can't get enough of. I've spent 130 hours in this game and I can't recommend it enough. If you enjoy the genre, there's no question that you should definitely pick up this game. It's a lot of fun and will definitely be well worth the money. For this next one, we're going to be switching gears a little bit and looking at a deck builder roguelike that's been around for quite some time, Slay the Spire. Currently it is on sale for 66% off, bringing in its price at $10.87 Canadian or $8.49 USD. This is an insane amount of value for the money. You can easily dump 100 hours into this game and still not see all of the different combinations that it has to offer. Slay the Spire will have you ascend a spire filled to the brim with different creatures and secrets, and it has 4 different playable characters, all with unique cards and playstyles. This is definitely the game that popularized the roguelike deck builder genre and is without a doubt one of the best games on this list. I personally have put in around 50 hours of this game and I have barely even scratched the surface of what it has to offer. If you've been waiting to pick this game up, or you've just never been sure if you would enjoy deck building, at this price point you won't be disappointed and you should definitely give it a go. Alright, next up we have another release from this year, Crab Champions. Currently it is on sale for 25% off, bringing in its price at $9.74 Canadian or $7.49 USD, which is a pretty small ask for what looks to be a pretty large amount of fun. Crab Champions is a third-person co-op looter shooter roguelike where you play as, you guessed it, a crab. Although this crustacean isn't anything like you've seen before, because you'll be scuttling at breakneck speeds and gunning down the opposition, all while becoming a god in a shell. There are several different islands for you to explore with a good variety of loot, and some will even have you doing parkour. While this game may not have you playing for hundreds of hours, I'm sure what time you do spend with it will be an absolute blast. I'm seriously considering picking this one up myself as it looks super goofy and fun. I think the art style is really good, and the game clearly doesn't take itself too seriously, which I can appreciate. I can see this being a ton of fun with friends, and hell, it would probably be a blast solo as well. The fast-paced gunplay looks extremely well done, and for such a relatively small amount of money, what else could you ask for? Now the last one on the list is going to be one that I greatly enjoyed playing, Children of Morta. Currently it is on sale for 75% off, bringing its price to $7.24 Canadian or $5.49 USD. Which for this gem is more than fair. You can even pick up the complete edition for less than $10, which will give you both of the DLCs as well. In this co-op action roguelite, you play as a family of heroes traversing through various dungeons to level up and ultimately beat back the encroaching darkness. The narrative for this game is incredible, though the story is relatively loose. The visual style is one that I absolutely love. What can I say, I'm a sucker for good pixel art, and this game has some really fantastic animations and character design. This game is one that I have very fond memories of playing with my partner, and I really enjoyed the different mechanics that it has to offer. Forcing you to play different characters and feeling out the different playstyles is a really neat concept that I enjoyed quite a lot. This is an incredible price for such a fantastic game, and I would really recommend giving it a try if you haven't already. Now I did want to take a quick moment to mention a few games that didn't make the list because they were just over $20, but if you got a gift card for Christmas and have a little bit of extra money to spend, these would honestly be fantastic pickups as well. The first of which is going to be Astral Ascent, which is 20% off, bringing its price to $23.19 Canadian or $19.99 USD. This game just released back in November and is one that I've done a full review on here on the channel, and I was blown away by the action combat, unique setting, and overall game design. I honestly couldn't recommend this game enough, and it proved to me that I actually do like platformers if they are done well. Next we have Blazblue Entropy Effect, which is 12% off, bringing its price in at $22.87 Canadian or $17.59 USD. This game is based off of the Blazblue fighting games, and while I've personally not played those, I am planning on doing a review on this game very soon, have it downloaded and ready to go. The action combat looks absolutely stunning, and I'm very interested to see what it's all about. Next up is Inkbound, which is just barely over the $20 mark with a discount of 20% off, bringing its price to $20.79 Canadian, $15.99 USD. Inkbound is a turn-based roguelike made by the creators of Monster Train, released earlier this year. Though it initially had some issues with monetization, the developers have since removed that from the game and have really been listening to their community, which is something that can't be overlooked in today's market. It has some really interesting mechanics and a very unique narrative that I really enjoy. I am currently playing this one, and it will be my next review here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. And finally, we have Have a Nice Death, which was also released earlier this year and is currently 33% off, bringing its price just over the $20 mark once again at $20.09 Canadian or $16.74 USD. This action roguelike has you playing as Death as you try and restore order to the underworld. The visual style of this game is absolutely stunning, and it has a great sense of humor. This game is one that is high on my list of ones that I would like to get to and eventually do a review for here on the channel, and it being on sale is the perfect time to pick it up. Okay, if you've made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate you spending your time here with me today. If you found some games that you were interested in and enjoyed the video, I'd be humbled if you would hit the like button and consider subscribing. As I stated at the beginning of the video, I'll gauge the engagement of this video and will likely make another one or two before the end of the sale for different genres and price points. If you have any suggestions on what you would like to see, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll catch you all in the next one. Happy holidays. Peace.